is 5:45, Saturday morning, October 19th. Bear season starts today. I am headed to the mountain, but not in the spot that I have picked for bear season. We're going to save that for next week. But we are going to be in the ball game, and there's a possibility we see some bear today. It's 34 degrees. Seems to be pretty calm. There's still a really bright moon out. So we're going to try to get out here. If we can get this windshield fog. It's pretty frosty this morning. Pretty hard frost last night. Oh man. Here we go. Well, it's just getting to be daylight. I found this tree stand in the dark with the help of Onyx. Oh man. Already been up and down the tree twice. Forgot my tether on the ground somehow. I took it out of my pouch to get my 3-step aider. So that tells you you're supposed to put the stuff in your pouch in the order that it will be used, or it will be forgotten on the ground. I hear the first blue jay up above me. I'm gonna get quiet, because we haven't been quiet yet. And we're gonna see if something moves through here. Deer or bear. Both are open game today. Here we go. A doe and a fawn. Got him below me. I was watching up the hill. I turned around to see. I thought I heard something. I did. They picked me off and they didn't snort, but they hightailed it. That deer was only... I heard something run in, but it sounded like it was on the other side of the tree from me. I'd never seen the thing until it was already booking. The canopy is pretty thick still, so this is a bedding area. Right down in there. buck come in underneath me, 30 yards. I had no idea. He was coming in the trail that doe was on. I don't think I got it on the big camera, but I turned the GoPro on. Initial thoughts seemed like the shot was a little high, so I used my 30-yard pin, but just seemed a little high. Be honest with you, I thought it was spine. I thought he was going to fall right over. He made a terrible racket going down in the gully, bouncing, thumping off of everything. So I may have gotten spine, I don't know. Wow, how quickly things can change. Chipmunks are going nuts. He was completely relaxed, had no idea I was here. Didn't look like he ducked a shot, but I don't know. I gotta watch the footage back and see if I even got him in the frame. I don't really know. Well, I just reviewed the footage. It looks like it's high, and it looks like it's back. I'm disappointed a little bit in myself right now. Sometimes the camera is wonderful. And somehow, I don't know how I did it, I just turned it on, zoomed it in a little, and set it. And he walked right into the frame where I shot him at. But it don't look good to me, it don't look good. The only thing that I can really, looking at that footage, is if I hit that artery that goes along the back of underneath the bottom of the spine, that runs back to the back legs. Looking at the footage, I'm thinking that's the only thing that's gonna save me on this one. Well, I'm gonna give it a couple hours. Probably gonna, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know if I should walk down to the point of impact and see if there's any blood, or if I should just back out and come back in a couple hours, or if I should just sit here. I'm really kind of sick of my stomach right now. It was not a good shot. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get out of the stand. I'm gonna go down there to where he was standing. I'm just gonna look around, look down the way he went. If I see good blood right away, then there's a possibility I hit that artery that goes underneath the spine to the back legs. If I don't, I'm probably gonna back out and wait a couple hours and then attempt to track him. I'll just get down out of the tree. I'm gonna head down across here. See if we can see what the impact site looks like. While I'm down here, I've gone about 10 yards. And this is what I found. Bleeding like crazy. I'm gonna ease my way along this trail. Just slowly, very slowly. See if we can't locate this deer. We got 12 to 14 inches of penetration. There's a fresh scrape. There's the blood. We got a dead buck. Wow. What a monster. Oh, he's beautiful. He's been rubbing. Man, I love that. Quit panting like a 50-pound every week.
She's running.
All right, folks. We got the big forky out of the woods. Well, we got him down to the edge anyway, after much grunting, pulling, stumbling. It was a great morning on the Tuscarora, I gotta tell you. It started out not so great. First of all, I got to the stand and realized I forgot my bow haul rope. So I had nothing to pull my bow up with. So my saddle has these clips on it. I clipped the string to the saddle behind me and climbed up into the stand. I was getting set up. I went to attach my tether for my safety, and it was still on the ground. So I hung the bow up, climbed back down the tree, got my tether, climbed back up the tree, tethered in, and by that time I was sweating like a horse. Come in close on that, Benny. I got this feeling that people want to see that fork. Look at that. Whew. Man, anyway, as I was saying before I rudely interrupted myself. So at 7:30, I hear deer walking, but my hearing is so bad, apparently from listening to the whistle while delivering heating oil, but I could not tell from which direction they were coming. I got up and turned around and faced up the hill because I thought that's where I heard the hoof prints coming from. Whew, man, look at that.
Fancy hearing. He's hearing hoof prints.
Yeah.
Usually I see them.
Yeah. Well, I heard where I thought I heard the deer walking. I'm looking, I don't see anything. I turned back around and something right underneath me spooks. It's a little doe and then a mama doe about 20 yards away. They got right in on me. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, so they spooked. The little one cut back up toward me. I drew on it. It was just so small though, I couldn't see shooting the thing. I was pretty disgusted. I was pretty disgusted because I couldn't tell where the deer came from. Pretty irritated. Well, it wasn't maybe half hour, 40 minutes later. It was 8:15-ish, maybe 20 after 8. I stood back up and faced back up the hill because once again I thought I heard something. And I'm looking, nothing. I look over my left shoulder down the hill and I see him coming through an opening at about 30 yards. So I turn around, hit the button on the GoPro and draw on him. He comes through an opening, but he didn't stop. I couldn't get a shot. So I let back down. I turned the big camera on and swung it over to where I thought he was headed. And then he cut through an opening at about 30 yards. I didn't measure it, but it was probably right at 30 yards. I put my 30-yard pin on him and let her fly. And I hit high and back. It was just a bad shot, I thought. I watched the footage back and I thought, there's no way I got this deer. Well, I debated on it for about half hour, 40 minutes in the tree stand, and I finally got down, walked over to where I shot it, and it was immediate red carpet. I hit, apparently, the magic artery underneath his spine. Trailed him up. He went about 150 yards and trailed him up and found him. A beautiful mountain buck, a great example of what you can find on public land if you have as much talent as Kurt. What makes this special is, number one, I've been growing the Snyder stash a whole month of October in memory of my good friend and deer hunting mentor, Dean Snyder. And my wife hates it. She can't stand the prickle. But anyway, that makes it awesome because it's really coming in nice now. Anyways, and scouted, hung my stand, got on a good buck and killed one on public land. That's satisfying. That is pretty satisfying, gotta say. So there he is. He's a 6-point. He was a 7, but he broke off his brow tine. He's got a nice little, Kyle said it's an acorn holder. You stick an acorn in there for when he goes to bed in the morning, and then he has something to snack on throughout the day. Perry County whitetails.